What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we are breaking down the 11 mysterious new Mega Pokemon coming to Pokemon Legends ZA's DLC Mega Dimension. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and to support my work by becoming a channel member. And let's dive in. In my previous video, we talked about a couple of the potential new Megas. However, we have a great grid now of the 11 new Mega Stones being added to Pokemon Legends ZA's DLC. And I'm going to give my best prediction on each one of these based off the colors. Now, a couple things out there. One, I do believe all of these are going to be new Megas. These stones don't match up to any of the previous Megas we have seen. Also, none of these are going to be from either previous Pokemon games or even the base game of Pokemon Legends ZA. So there is a bunch of leaked Megas that have not been officially revealed. However, those Megas are in the base game of ZA. We're talking about DLC only here. Now, this is all, like I said, my predictions. We don't have anything that's a hard fact yet. So let me know in the comment section below what you think each one of these stones are. You can denote by the number on the screen here. Now, before we dive in, I do want to note that Mega Stone color is related to the color of the Mega Evolved Pokemon. Here's an example. Charizard X. It's blue. There's no blue on regular Charizard. We got the blue on this one, right? On Charizard X. Same with Mewtwo Knight X as well. Even Lucario Knight, there's really no prominent red on Lucario, but, you know, you get it on the Mega Lucario, the red. So just keep that in mind. That is how the Mega Stone colors are. So some of these are going to be like perfect 1-to-1 in color for my predictions, but some of them, you know, I might be predicting a little bit of a color change just to make it fit. Now, number one is like this pink, yellow, brown, light yellow-ish color. Multiple shades of pink, though. And I think these are the 4 Pokemon that really fit it, right? So the one I actually like the most from this is going to be Gastrodon West, because I do think we're going to be getting Gastrodon East as a different one. But another one that would make a lot of sense would be Slowking, because Slowbro has a Mega. And the fact that Slowking doesn't have a Mega, but Slowbro does have one. And, you know, a lot of these Mega Pokemon do come in pairs. You know, Gardevoir and Gallade. And, you know, we have Glalie, who might probably be getting Frostlass in the base game. So if you have like a split evolution and one of them has a Mega, there's a high chance the other one's going to be getting a Mega too. And I can totally see Slowking fitting with this color palette here. Now, looking at Licky Licky, I mean, Licky Licky has 2 shades of pink on it, which does fit this as well. You know, the yellow is a little bit too bright for whatever this like white yellow color is, but you know, potentially. And then Beware does match the shade of pink. It has 2 different shades of pink on it as well. It does have a little bit of white. You know, in this brown color could be this shade of black, maybe. I don't know. But I do think I'm going to rate them. I think Gastrodon probably fits it the most. Then something like Slowking, and then the other 2. So let me know in the comment section below what you think Mega Stone number 1 is going to be. Mega Stone number 2. Now, I thought originally this was going to be Zoroark, but I have been thoroughly convinced that this is going to be a Mega Gliscor. It fits the colors perfectly. We got the same shade of purple here, same shade of red, and we have the black. I think it's perfect. However, Salazzle does fit in pretty well here too. It does have the black, it does have a purple, and it's not red, it's pink, but maybe when it Mega Evolves, that pink does become red. But I do think Gliscor is like a 95% lock here, with the 5% being Salazzle or potentially something else, but I really do think we're going down with the Gliscor. I don't think this is Hydreigon. Hydreigon colors just do not match the exact color shades on pretty much any of these. So I just would not recommend. I just don't think it's Hydreigon, you know. I think that's a little bit of copium from people on that. Number 3, I think this was the most difficult one for me to figure out, and I'm still not even like feeling 100% great about my predictions here, because it's a green stone. It does have yellow and red tones to it, red pink tones. So Carnivine probably fits this the best. However, you know, if we are going to be featuring a lot of the yellow and maybe even the red, Haxorus sorts of fits it too. It does have the red, has the yellow. This stone doesn't have any black, so I'm not really feeling Haxorus too much, but I was just trying to think, what could this be besides Carnivine? So I think it is Carnivine. It makes a lot of sense. Also, because Carnivine is a Pokemon that has no evolution, it is an excellent candidate to receive a Mega Evolution, so at least get something. Because it really is a bad Pokemon otherwise. So it would be cool to see Carnivine getting something in general. However, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think number 3 is. Now, number 4, I'm 99% sure is Talonflame. It's a Kalos Pokemon, and the colors match perfectly. It has the red, orange, has the yellow, and has the black. It just makes a lot of sense to me. Now, that 1% could be Turtonator, mostly because Drampa will be receiving a Mega Evolution, and Turtonator being its counterpart would make sense for it to actually get one in response, but the colors don't match up perfectly. So I am leaning towards Talonflame, but I do think there is a 1% chance we get that Turtonator. Now, number 5, I'm thoroughly convinced it's going to be Quagsire because the colors make so much sense. You know, the light blue, the purple on it even has the dark blue tones to it. I do think Mega Quagsire is absolutely one as a fan favorite Pokemon, but also just the color scheme it matches. However, Clawitzer does make sense too. My reason for Clawitzer is it does have the light blue, it does have like a dark blue tone. There is no purple on it, and there is no yellow on this stone. However, as I mentioned before, when you Mega Evolve, sometimes your colors do change, and the color of the stone is based on the Mega Evolution colors. Now, according to the base game leaks, we do know that Dragalge is getting a Mega, and Dragalge is the counterpart to Clawitzer here. So, this could make a lot of sense. This could be the stone for it, but I am leaning more towards the Quagsire. Number 6, the stone that everyone thinks is Flygon, and I'm still on Team Flygon here. However, there is some copium. There's too much hope, too much copium, and I do think that it could potentially be something else, right? Flygon does fit the colors pretty well. It has like the red to it, but this is like a red-orange though, so it's not a perfect one-to-one, but it does have the dark green to it, and there is a little bit of black on the Flygon, so I can see that happening. However, a Pokemon that actually looks a little bit better in terms of a color comparison is Yanmega. Imagine Mega Yanmega would be hilarious name-wise, but it does have a darker green to it. It does have the black feature prominently on it, and the red is more of a red-orange than Flygon's is. There's a little bit more orangey tones to it, so I can totally see that happening. And then Lilligant is a possibility as well. I mean, it does have the dark green. Now, there really isn't any black on it, but once again, Mega Evolutions, your colors can slightly change a little bit. And that red-orange does fit the flower and the eyes pretty decently well. So Flygon hopers, there is still a lot of hope. I'm still leaning towards Flygon, but then I was going to go Yanmega, if not Flygon, and if not, then it's probably going to be Lilligant. Number 7. So in the previous video, I thought it was going to be Milotic, and I still think it could be Milotic, but the colors don't match perfectly. I mean, you get the blue, but there really isn't any pink. You know, there's not really any pink. I mean, you can maybe say the tan is the white, but it doesn't fit perfectly. So I'm sort of out on Milotic on this stone right now. And maybe I'm thinking more of a Crawdaunt or a Floatzel. Now, Floatzel does nail the orange perfectly on here, and it does have a little bit of the blue tones. The white could just be the tan as well. So Floatzel is a really strong contender for this stone. Now, Crawdaunt, maybe its evolution, its Mega Evolution becomes more orange than the red, but you could argue that, you know, the lighting in the trailer and things like that is a little bit of copium, but it does have the blue, and you know, that white tan color on this Mega Stone is much closer to Crawdaunt than these other Pokemon are. So we'll just have to wait and see. I do think all 3 of these Pokemon would be excellent candidates. Of course, I would like Milotic the most, but I would also really like to see Crawdaunt, but I think it's honestly going to be Floatzel on this one. Number 8, I think this is a 100% lock for Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is a Kalos Pokemon, and Fossils needs some love, and it really does have the perfect 1-to-1 colors. It has the white, the exact same shade of white. It has like this yellowish tone, and it has the rust orange all over its body. And I do think that this is an absolute lock. Mega Tyrantrum would be freaking badass and cool. But my thing is, if you get a Mega Tyrantrum, you're going to have a Mega Aurorus as well, right? So I am thinking that one of these stones might be for Aurorus too. Number 9, I mentioned the Gastrodon West on number 1. Well, Gastrodon East, the blue one here, does fit this stone perfectly too. So maybe we get Gastrodon X and a Gastrodon Y stone, which would be pretty cool. Now, it's hard to find Pokemon that fit the color scheme pretty perfectly with the green and the blue, but Cramorant does have that green eye, and, you know, the blue color, it's a little bit darker, but I could see it happening here as well. but I am much more leaning towards a Gastrodon. However, Cramorant is a Pokemon that doesn't evolve, so there is definitely a chance on that because it is a one-stage Pokemon. So this is a rather interesting one. I think there isn't too many that can fit this perfectly. Now, number 10, this was a big debate one, right? And I originally said I think is Mega the Dunsparce because it has the yellow, it has the same shade of blue, it has the same shade of purple underneath it. And I'm still on that. There's nothing wrong with what I said on that. I think that is a perfect one-to-one match on the colors. However, this is a Pokemon that just got some love in Generation 9. And yes, I do love Dunsparce. However, there are certainly other Pokemon that can deserve a Mega that probably have not been touched in a long time. And I do think, one, Aurorus can definitely fit it because Aurorus does have the yellow. It does have the blue. And like I said, maybe this dark blue ends up becoming more of a dark purple color on the Mega Evolution. And since Tyrantrum most likely is receiving a Mega due to the stone we talked about on the previous slide, we can see Aurorus getting one here too. And I think that is what's making me feel like we're getting Aurorus as a Mega if Tyrantrum gets one, because it'd be weird just to have one of them get it and not the other since they are a pair. But we got everyone's favorite snow crab out here, Mr. Snow Crab, coconut crab looking dude. And let's be real, his colors fit perfectly well. He has the yellow, he has the blue, and he has the purple. So I can totally see this working as well. I think all three of these are really strong choices based on color or just based off pairing. Now, the last Mega Stone I personally think is going to be Mega Aegislash, one Kalos Pokemon. And it does have the same black shade, purple shade, and gold shade to it. However, this is a pretty common color combo for Pokemon. Liepard has the same thing, except it does have pink on it. So that's sort of why, like, maybe, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really have black. It has the pink, so I don't know if it's going to be Liepard, but I think Liepard does fit the purple and gold really well. But then another Pokemon that fits even better than Liepard is going to be Swalot. Swalot has the purple, has the black, and the yellow gold color to it. Now, Swalot would be a hilarious option. It would be really funny. Aegislash, though, would be really cool. It is a Kalos Pokemon, and that is where I'm leaning because I would love to see a Mega Aegislash. I can definitely see it having like 2 swords and a big shield. That'd be really neat. But let me know in the comment section below what Mega Pokemon you think you're going to see for this 11 different stones here. You can just mark in the comments like Mega Stone 1 and list the Pokemon you think it's going to be. I would love to hear it. Want to start a conversation with you guys in the comment section. But anyways, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.